Becky Edwards here. In this quick video, I want to talk about something that is probably a little bit controversial because I want to talk about empowerment. Now, we throw that word around all the time and we talk about, we need to empower women. We need to, empower each other. We need to empower. Like this is a good thing. When really, I think that actually works to undermine our innate power. We each have the power, the capacity to do whatever we want and need to do. We do not need to rely on somebody else to give us that power. We do not need to rely on someone to empower us. Because if we're constantly waiting for someone to empower us, then, that's great. We can empower people, somebody can empower us. They can, make us feel really good. They can tell us that, we have the ability to do whatever we want. But if we don't believe that deep down inside, then as soon as that other person goes away or whatever that situation was that empowered us, then we lose all of our power. Or we feel that we do because we don't have that other support for us. We don't have that thing empowering us. I believe that we need to look inside of ourselves. We all have power. No matter where we're at, we have the innate power, we have the innate capability to do what we need to do. To take advantage of the opportunities that are out there for us, to take control of our lives, to take control of our wealth, to take control of our safety, our security. We have that power. We do not need anyone else to give it to us, and we don't need to give it to anyone else. If we want to focus on empowering people and putting loads of support systems in place that, make other people feel empowered, then we need to be really careful how we're doing that. Because once those support systems go away, or once we go away, what happens to that person? That they've thought that their power comes from something external. So I want to make sure you don't think that your power comes from something external. If you lost everything that you have right now, you would still have your power. Your power as a woman, your power as a human being, you would have that power. And you would still be able to do anything that you needed to do. You do not need another structure to empower you. You don't need a system to empower you. You don't need anyone else. And I want to make sure that you really understand how that works with everything that you do in your life. Not just with your wealth and your finances and your investments and your business, but in every facet of your life. Because the more you understand the power that you have, the more you are able to use that power for yourself, for your family, and for making a difference in the world. Because we can only really start to make that difference in the world and to kind of bring about that change that we know we need if we first conquer that in ourselves. If we first make that change within ourselves so that we are taking care of that power, so that we are taking care of ourselves. And once we've got that covered, once we understand that no one can take our power away, no one needs to give it to us, and no one can ever take it away, you have that power. So I want to be very strong in saying, let's remove that word empower when we're talking about each other and when we're talking about other women. We do not need to empower each other. We can totally support each other, and we can totally be there for each other, and we can help each other, but we cannot empower each other because we have our own power. We do not need to get it from somebody else. And I know it can be scary when you realize that it's up to you to step up and make this change. the power comes from you and that you aren't relying on somebody else. It can be scary, and it can be hard at first when you start to, remove those prices that were holding you up or that you thought were holding you up. And you need to start relying on yourself and your own wisdom and your own power. But once you push through that discomfort and you start to practice relying on your own internal power, it will grow and become easier, and you'll see it flow throughout all the different areas of your life. And you will be able to trust yourself. You will be able to rely on yourself. You will be able to own that power for your own good, for your family's good, and for the good of our society, for our world. So the most important time that you can spend is that time that you're working to understand your power, to build up your confidence in your inner power, so that you can manage everything and you can take care of yourself without having to rely on other people to empower you. And once you have that power, that innate power, and that you understand it, you will be able to do anything. You will have that feeling of safety and security within you no matter what happens, because you will be able to withstand anything because you understand what's deep inside of you. Now, if you want to talk more about understanding your power and how the forces of kind of internal and external power and empowerment versus power, how all of those play out in your life, and maybe where things might be missing and not quite clicking, because sometimes we don't see where we've given away our power to other people. If you would like some help, some kind of ideas around what we can do to regain our power and how we can work to support that in ourselves, then click the button below and set up a chat with myself or with my team, and we can really dig deep into, where you might be holding yourself back and how we can make sure that you're growing and you're taking control of your power so that you can live your best life. All right, I look forward to speaking to you. Thank you so much.